And I'm like, we got to, this is, if they do it again, Pinball Twinz, I'm like, we got to clear a whole bunch of shit ahead of time. Because it has to be more of a, like that kind of thing should be able to happen.
Okay, I'm not following you. If we do it again, what do you mean? If you do the
like
pinball
if the Pinball Twinz like do something like that again, it has to be ahead
like
of time.
Like a little mini performance.
Yeah, like just like here's what
Maybe you got to clear. You got to clear what you have to clear with the promoter.
Ultimately, I didn't give a fuck about attacking him. I didn't want to fuck you over. That's really all. I'm like, I don't know how it'll affect him if I haul him to the ground and start fighting because they're trying to shut us down.
What if you just look at him and you go in his ear and go, just roll with this?
It didn't seem like he wanted.
Well, I think the problem is like there's a major like pinball event going on and we're adjunct to it.
Yeah,
so we can't act like we're the most important thing there.
However. And this was my argument because we found out later on. I thought it was because of the number 69, and I was like, no way. Like, there's no way they're this puerile. And it turned out that the pinball competition guys complained that it was too loud. Now, meanwhile, they have
distracting to their pinball playing.
I guess they have color commentary going on over there. It's probably louder over there than it was with us. I think what they really didn't like was the adulation and attention that 300 plus people were giving the Pinball Twinz with their backs turned to these guys.
Oh, I bet, man. That's a fucking ego, all those pinball players.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, definitely.
Because they were all playing pinball. Their backs were turned to us the whole time. I think it was too loud.
But it was annoying them that it was like, but it's going to be that loud regardless, right? I mean,
No, it's not. That was a lot of people were on mics screaming. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. If I'm playing the Pinball World Series, I could see someone being like, yo, could you guys keep it the fuck down?
But you know what this is what it could be. Like you know, it's not our fault. What were we there for?
Why didn't you guys plan it at a time when there was no competition going on?
We tried. There was always going to be there's competition.
There's no breaks.
No breaks. They wouldn't like they didn't want us to do it next to them. So we were like, okay, we'll go way over in that far corner there. Still not good enough, man. They couldn't fucking handle what the Pinball Twinz
fucking
are bringing.
Haters.
Dude, Pinball Twinz, that's all they fucking say. All over the place.
Geese everywhere.
Geese all up in this fucking motherfucker.
Yeah. It was, we still had fun, but I feel if we did do it another time, things have to be adjusted. It wasn't as fun as last year for us, or I think really, because I didn't get to play pinball with anybody, which is what I wanted to do.
Well, here's what happened, which this was the end of the night, and this kind of like sealed it. So Q introduces the Bare Naked Ladies guy. There's going to be a little show.
Is he going to sing? Are the Bare Naked ladies playing?
It's just him doing acoustic. Did you know he
lady songs though?
And he wrote the theme song to Big Bang Theory.
Oh no!
And apparently he's just worth $20 million just from that show.
Just a solo artist, he's still got the cred, huh? Without the rest of the ladies.
Yeah. So he said that his sons, his grandkids, and their kids will never have to work just off the money he made off of.
Wow!
Just off the Big Bang Theory theme song. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So why is he at a pinball event?
I think he was friends with Jody. Like he knew Jody, and he's like he does shows.
Is he like pinball?
He feels like it.
Who doesn't like pinball?
I'm not that big a fan of pinball.
Just haven't had the right pinball.
I thought you liked it.
I mean, yeah, I went to the Silver Ball Museum after the movies. When I was waiting for pick up Alicia, I went to the Pinball Museum for the last hour that I was waiting for her.
These are my people.
These guys it just gets boring after a while. It's the same thing over and over again, you know. And even if you can play 100 machines, it's still essentially it's the same thing. You're just flipping buttons and, you know, trying to hit targets and make things light up, and I'm like, ugh.
But isn't that any game in the world? Like,
I get bored with it pretty easy though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I mean,
hey, don't say it around the Pinball Twinz. I can handle it. I'm your friend.
But it was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun just compared to last year. I wish I had more time to play with people.
Yeah, because we were back in the green room and we were shooting the shit for a little while, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go out and get a drink. I'll be right back. It was almost 2 hours because like I went out there and then pictures and stuff. And I'm going to say this just as a general sort of like heads up, not to anybody specific, but none of us are as charming as we believe we are when we've drank a little too much.
Yeah.
So I'm here to tell you that at these events, from here on out, if you've had too much to drink and you're even mildly verbally abusive, I'm going to have you fucking toss the fuck out.
Ooh, somebody was verbally abusive to you?
Some fucking stupid bitch who
Whoa.
would not shut. I don't care. She was.
Cut the marbles out now, bro. You
I don't
can't
give
be
a
talking
fuck.
like this.
International Women's Day's in the rear view. I can say this.
She was abusive to you.
Just the shit. It was like, not really to me. I don't give a shit to me, but like to other people around me that were like trying to talk to me. It was like some girl who thought she had these shoes that looked like the shoes of a child, and she's like, "Hey, my shoes are better than your shoes," like all loud, and I'm like, "All right."
To you,
whatever.
personally?
Yeah. I still had and they weren't.
Tell 'em
Honestly,
Steve
they weren't. Because
Tell him Steve Dave listener or no?
I don't think so. No. Maybe. I don't know.
There were a lot there.
We're a real out there. But went on and on and on. Like, you're not as funny as you think you are. You're not as charming as you think you are. Like,
That's what she said to you?
No, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying about certain people that drink too much.
Like, that's awesome. She came out to see you and
dude,
say that? I was like,
I would have
that's
fucking
insane.
led with that if somebody said that
I
to
was
me.
just like, holy shit. I was like, and you didn't mention this earlier that
No.
somebody came up and said that to you?
No, I would have right out of the gate. I would have said that. But it just like it, and people go on for too long. They tell you shit that you're like, I don't know why you're telling me this, but you have to maintain a certain degree of civility and be polite and shit. So you listen for a little bit, but just, if you think that you get that way when you drink too much, just don't drink too much. Just drink a little less. That's all.
You know, they want to go have a
All right, but it can't be at the expense of everyone else. You know, we're trying to take pictures. People are hanging out and talking, and you have some loudmouth broad fucking like being
Talking about her shoes?
verbally abusive. Not to me. I don't care about the shoes, but verbally abusive to other people. Like like around us, and it was like going to be a fight. And I was like, I hope somebody smacks her. She deserves it. She got smacked in the fucking mouth. Yeah, it wouldn't be my fault. But when I finally get back to Q, now what we had asked 2 hours earlier was, is there a exit, side exit, back exit, and then we could go out and then we can go around to the front. So Q didn't get stopped like I did. Like, no. And then waited for
I didn't want to. Well, that was the concert.
Right, he would have had to go through the actual concert.
And if I did that, I was worried I would disrupt either the show or all the people that were there for us would follow me to the upstairs part, leaving whoever's left to watch the show. I didn't want to do that to the guy because he was super nice and,
Yeah, you're polite.
Right. So no other exit. So I had to sit in the back for 2+ hours.
Until the show was over.
Till the show was over. Nah, that's time I could be upstairs playing pinball, but I can't.
Because they said there was no back or side entrance. Because he could have went out, walked around to the front, and then went upstairs.
And you feel they were lying?
We know they were. Or at least misinformed.
Well, what was their reason for lying, though?
I think they just didn't know.
I think he asked somebody who didn't know.
But there was a definitive no. There were no, the only exit. And at the time, I remember being like, that's fucking odd that you can't really have no exits anyway. But I thought, all right, maybe there's one to the side out there that he didn't want to direct me to. There was one 20 feet to the right and over 5 feet. If I just walked to the end of the hall, I would have seen it.
Oh, that sucks. Sounds like you guys didn't have a good time. Then.
No, we actually had a really good time.
The first night was awesome. We watched Pet Sematary.
Cemetery. When was the last time you saw Pet Sematary?
In the theater with the one with the Herman Munster? Yeah, theater.
Now, did you like it?
I don't remember. I don't remember liking it or disliking it. Just kind of
I always really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're making a new one.
Yep.
I remember disliking it because I was like, I just remember it being corny. And then we watched the first half and I was like, this may be the most horrifying movie ever made because of the sister.
Zelda,
the one with all the, I might have been a little bit. I might have been a little.
But Zelda's wildly held up as the most terrifying part of that movie.
But she's horrifying, but when the lady's flashing back to when she was was she 12 or 13?
Super young, yeah.
She's put in charge of this. She's a monster. Like, Zelda is a monster. There's nothing about her that even looks remotely
like
human.
her bones click and clack.
And she's like, Rachel, like everything about her, and you're like, holy shit, how could this lady not be fucked up? Then she dies in front of her. She chokes to death right
like
in
her
front
tongue,
of her.
like Jabba lolls out of her mouth.
Yeah, she's like right in her sister's face. She's like, oh, and the sister just watches her die. Like, how could that not fuck you up?
Rachel! Never walk again.
Yeah, and then you get to the second half, which is like
We're dying
Gage
laughing.
launching through the air. Like, you know? Oh, and the funniest thing was, and you could probably base a drinking game on this, how many times the guy falls, Lewis, he falls down like, it's like fucking Chevy Chase or something.
Yeah, it's like the plot demands that he trip and falls a lot, we've learned.
Yeah, and we're dying laughing, and then at one point, the son falls right after he falls.
It runs to the fucking family.
Did you guys like it in its original run?
I did, but I was the right age.
So do you feel it will, the new one will be superior?
I don't know if it'll be superior. I tell you what I like what they did. They killed the girl instead of the boy.
In the
new movie.
And how do you know that?
Because it's in the trailer. Like that they revealed like the big thing is the daughter dies, not Cage or Googe. And to me, if you're going to remake a movie, like I like that they did something different.
It's a little something different.
Yeah, let me see a little something different, which is good. I like that.
But I imagine it's got to up the ante, right? You just can't remake that movie. It's got to be a little bit more gorier.
Yeah.
A little bit more shocking.
Hopefully.
I don't think so, man.
It's
These
pretty
days,
fucked
no,
up, that movie, though, Pet Sematary.
But the remakes always go for less. They always want like PG-13.
Was
like
it rated R?
If it was rated R back then, they would want to make it PG-13 today. Yeah. Oh, I know so because they do it all the time.
Yeah, you can't do the Stephen King horror movie.
No, I'm not saying you can, but like they don't want to make things gorier in general. They want to make it.
Wasn't it R?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they.
But I'm talking about
R.
I'm talking about remakes though.
wasn't-
I mean, we're talking about remake like Prom Night.
But wasn't
was
it a
was a
remake?
PG-13? I mean, of a TV thing. I wouldn't call that a movie remake.
No, okay, but it was. Yeah, but that movie was a huge hit with kids.
No, was it?
Yeah,
Kids like it?
kids love it. Kids are like
Totally watered down from the book. I didn't like it.
I didn't even see it. I haven't seen a non-superhero movie, new movie in so long.
Yeah, I watch a lot more TV than movies anymore.
I can't find it.
I do watch. I got to ask you about this, man, because I was wondering if this is where you get your rules from, your dyslexia stuff. So I'm watching Match Game, and for those who do not know what Match Game is, it's a game show hosted by Gene Rayburn, and you have 6 celebrities.
Well, there's a new version of it now too.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, hosted by Alan Thicke, I think.
He's still alive, I don't think.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or the guy, or one of he has brothers. They have a whole bunch of brothers. Baldwin. Alec Baldwin.
Alec
That's him.
Baldwin hosts it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is Match Game 75, so you're not seeing any Baldwins, but you are seeing like Gary Bergeroff or whatever his name is. Radar O'Reilly. Seeing Brett Summers, you're seeing Betty White. And then you have your 2 contestants. And then the contestants pick a or B, and then Gene reads a question, which you have to fill in a blank. You know, like Walt went to the store and forgot that he wasn't wearing pants, so he bought a blank, you know, and then you got to fill in the blank. The difference in the quality of questions, where one is like, this is the obvious answer, and if anyone doesn't say this, they probably have brain damage. Then you have the ones that are like, wait, I'm supposed to pick the same breed of dog that all these guys are going to pick? It's nearly impossible. Today, they had one where, and Gene, like, as you see, as he goes on, he starts like reading in accents and stuff, and everybody talks over him, and you're like, I can't fucking hear the question. I can't even hear what they're saying. But the question is in a Dracula, like a Transylvanian accent, like Dracula went to, or a vampire went to a big league baseball game because it was blank day. Now, any reasonable person would say Bat Day.
Right.
So the contestant says Vampire Day. Everybody says Bat Day, except I think some lady. Then they get to Betty White, and she says Bat Boy. Now you have a judge on the side who's supposed to rule if something's close enough or not. And, you know, you'll either get it or he'll strike it. They approve Bat Boy. Her reasoning was, she goes like, because what's a Bat Boy? Well, he's just like a little vampire, right? Which makes no sense. Like, the joke doesn't make sense. And he gives it to her. He gives it to the lady as like, it's a, you know, as a correct answer, which it is not. It isn't. A Bat Boy is not the same as a bat. There is no Bat Boy Day.